Hi, I'm Selena, a teacher with 20 years of experience and a test prep expert with Study.com. If you're preparing for the FTCE Middle Grades English 5 through 9 014 exam, you're in the right place. In this video, we will tackle questions that focus on the knowledge of applications of evidence-based research and best practices in teaching language arts. Let's get started. Which of the following tasks is most efficiently accomplished using a word processing program in a language arts classroom? A. Conducting peer reviews of written work, allowing students to collaborate, provide feedback, and make revisions in real time. B. Memorizing vocabulary definitions through printed flashcards and repetitive study. C. Reciting poetry from memory during class presentations. Or D, learning cursive handwriting through practice exercises and drills on paper. B, memorizing vocabulary definitions. Word processing programs can be used to make a list or flashcards, but they don't really help you remember the words better. C, reciting poetry from memory. This is about remembering and saying poems out loud. A word processing program doesn't help with this because it's about practicing speaking. D, learning cursive handwriting. This is about writing with a pen or pencil and practicing your handwriting. The correct answer is A. With a word processing program, students can easily look at each other's work, give suggestions, and make changes right away. It's like working together on a project, but you can see what everyone is doing and help make it better. Which of the following interdisciplinary projects best integrates history, mathematics, and language arts for middle school students? A. Creating a timeline that illustrates significant historical events related to mathematics, including key mathematicians and the impact of their discoveries, accompanied by a written explanation. B. Writing a fictional story about a mathematician's daily life, focusing solely on mathematical concepts without historical context. C. Designing a poster that includes biographical information about a mathematician with no connection to historical events or mathematical problems. Or D, summarizing a mathematical problem-solving technique from a historical perspective without incorporating language arts or storytelling elements. B, writing a story just about a mathematician's day with only math stuff doesn't mix in history or really use writing to explain or teach. C, making a poster with facts about a math person doesn't really blend history and math together. C, summarizing how to solve math problems from the past doesn't bring in creative writing or tell any history stories. The correct answer is A, creating a timeline. You look at big moments in math history, learn about famous math people and how their ideas change things, then you write about it. This way, you're using math, learning history, and practice writing all in one project. A 7th grade team wants to integrate technology into a unit that combines social studies and language arts. Which of the following technology-based activities best supports interdisciplinary learning? A. Developing a multimedia presentation that includes a historical overview of a significant event along with creative writing pieces and personal reflections from students. B. Using online databases to research historical events without incorporating any creative or analytical writing components. C. Creating a digital poster with statistical data on current social issues without linking the information to historical context or narrative writing. Or D. Generating a spreadsheet to track and analyze historical population data without integrating any language arts activities or creative expression. The correct answer is A. Developing a multimedia presentation. It blends research, historical analysis, creative writing, personal reflection, and tech tools, perfect for engaging 7th graders across both subject areas. Before a 6th grade field trip to a historical site, which language arts activity is most effective in helping English language learners interact with site guides? A. Brainstorming ideas for a class project related to the site. B. Peer tutoring on vocabulary related to the historical site. C. Writing a report about the historical site after the visit. Or D. Role-playing dialogues that simulate interactions with historical site guides. A. Brainstorming ideas is good for creativity, but it doesn't give students real speaking practice. B. Peer tutoring on vocabulary is helpful, but knowing words isn't enough without practicing how to use them in conversation. C. Writing a report after the visit happens after the trip, so it doesn't prepare students to talk during the visit. The correct answer is D, role-playing. This lets English language learners practice speaking and listening in realistic situations, just like what they'll experience at the site. Thank you for joining me on some practice questions for the FTCE Middle Grades English 5 through 9 014 exam, focusing on the knowledge of applications and evidence-based research and best practices in teaching language arts. For more practice, check out our FTCE Middle Grades English 5 through 9 014 playlist. And for even more detailed practice, strategies, and customizable study materials, head over to study.com and check out our FTCE Middle Grades English 5 through 9 test prep course. Those who use study.com boast a 92% pass rate. Our courses include full-length exams, hundreds of authentic practice questions, and short, targeted video lessons specifically developed based on the latest test updates. With our resources, you'll know exactly what to expect on test day. Like this video and subscribe to this channel to get all the latest FTCE test updates. And please leave your questions and success stories in the comments. We would love to hear from you. Thanks for watching and happy studying.